The Song of Songs, Song of Solomon, Chapter 1. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the savor of thy good ointments, thy name is as an ointment poured out. Therefore the virgins love thee. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will rejoice and be glad in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The righteous do love thee. I am black, O daughters of Jerusalem, but comely, as the tents of Kedar, and as the curtains of Solomon. Regard ye me not because I am black, for the sun hath looked upon me. The sons of my mother were angry against me. They made me the keeper of the vines, but I kept not mine own vine. Show me, O thou whom my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou liest at noon, for why should I be as she that turneth aside to the stocks of thy companions? If thou know not, O thou, the fairest among women, get thee forth by the steps of the flock, and feed thy kids by the tents of the shepherds. I have compared thee, O my love, to the troop of horses in the chariots of Pharaoh. Thy cheeks are comely, with rows of stones, and thy neck with chains. We will make thee borders of gold with floods of silver. While the king was at his repast, my spikenard gave the smell thereof. My well-beloved is as a bundle of myrrh unto me. He shall lie between my breasts. My beloved is as a cluster of camphor unto me in the vines of En-gedi. My love, my beloved, thou art fair. Behold, thou art fair. Thine eyes are like doves. My well-beloved, behold, thou art fair and pleasant. Also our bed is green. The beams of our house are cedars. Our rafters are of fir. Song of Solomon, Chapter 2. I am the rose of the field and the lily of the valley. Like a lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. Like the apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my well-beloved. Among the sons of men, under his shadow had I delight, and sat down, and his fruit was sweet unto my mouth. He brought me into the wine cellar, and love was his banner over me. Stay me with flagons, and comfort me with apples, for I am sick of love. His left hand is under mine head, and his right hand doth embrace me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up, nor awaken my love, until she please. It is the voice of my well-beloved. Behold, he cometh leaping by the mountains, and skipping by the hills. My well-beloved is like a roe or a young hart. Lo, he standeth behind our wall, looking forth of the windows, showing himself through the grates. My well-beloved spake and said unto me, Arise, my love, my fair one, and come thy way. For behold, winter is past, the rain is changed and is gone away. The flowers appear in the earth, the time of the singing of birds is come. The voice of the turtle is heard in our land. The fig tree hath brought forth her young figs, and the vines with their small grapes have cast a savor. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. My dove, that are in the holes of the rock, in the secret places of the stairs, show me thy sight, let me hear thy voice, for thy voice is sweet, and thy sight comely. Take us the foxes, the little foxes which destroy the vines, for our vines have small grapes. My well-beloved is mine, and I am his. He feedeth among the lilies, until the day break and the shadows flee away. Return, my well-beloved, and be like a roe or a young hart upon the mountains of Bether. Song of Solomon, Chapter 3. In my bed by night I sought him that my soul loved. I sought him, but I found him not. I will rise therefore now, and go about the city, by the streets and by the open places, and I will seek him that my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. The watchmen that went about the city found me, to whom I said, Have you seen him whom my soul loveth? When I had passed a little from them, then I found him whom my soul loved. I took hold on him and left him not, till I had brought him unto my mother's house, into the chamber of her that conceived me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up nor awaken my love until she please. Who is she that cometh up out of the wilderness, like pillars of smoke perfumed with myrrh and incense, and with all the spices of the merchant? Behold his bed, which is Solomon's. 80 strong men are round about it, of the valiant men of Israel. They all handle the sword, and are expert in war. Every one hath his sword upon his thigh, for the fear by night. King Solomon made himself a palace of the trees of Lebanon. He made the pillars thereof of silver, and the pavement thereof of gold, the hangings thereof of purple, whose midst was paved with the love of the daughters of Jerusalem. Come forth, O ye daughters of Zion, and behold the King Solomon with the crown, wherewith his mother crowned him in the day of his marriage, and in the day of the gladness of his heart. Song of Solomon, chapter 4. Behold, thou art fair, my love, behold, thou art fair. Thine eyes are like doves, among thy locks thine hair is like a flock of goats, which look down from the mountain of Gilead. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep in good order, which go up from the washing, which every one brings out twins, and none is barren among them. Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy talk is comely. Thy temples are within thy locks, as a piece of a pomegranate. Thy neck is as the tower of David, built for defense. 1,000 shields hang therein, and all the targets of the strong men. Thy 2 breasts are as 2 young roes that are twins, feeding among the lilies. Until the day break and the shadows fly away, I will go into the mountain of myrrh, and to the mountain of incense. Thou art all fair, my love, and there is no spot in thee. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse, even with me from Lebanon, and look from the top of Amana, and the top of Senir, and Hermon, from the dens of the lions, and from the mountains of the leopards. My sister, my spouse, thou hast wounded my heart, thou hast wounded mine heart with one of thine eyes, and with a chain of thy neck. My sister, my spouse, how fair is thy love! How much better is thy love than wine, and the savor of thine ointments than all spices. Thy lips, my spouse, drop as honeycombs. Honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the savor of thy garment is as the savor of Lebanon. My sister, my spouse, is as a garden enclosed, as a spring shut up and a fountain sealed up. Thy plants are as an orchard of pomegranates with sweet fruits, as camphor and spikenard, even spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all the trees of incense, myrrh and aloes, and all the chief spices. O fountain of the gardens, O well of living waters, and the springs of Lebanon. Arise, O north, and come, O south, and blow on my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my well-beloved come to his garden, and eat his pleasant fruit.